Hi guys, how's it going? This is the Kitchen Fairy with another recipe vlog. As you can see behind me, it's really cloudy, it's cold today. We are expecting a severe thunderstorm, which I'm not looking forward to it because all day Saturday I'm going to work in the afternoon until night. So yeah, I don't like this weather. Anyways, for today's recipe, I have Indonesian recipe called lemper. Lemper is rice cake, but it's not sweet as cake. It's just like a compressed rice. The filling usually chicken or tuna or beef floss, abon in Indonesia, but today I fill it with rendang. Have you heard about rendang? Rendang is a famous curry dish, usually mutton from Indonesia. Depending on it's from Sumatra originally, but depending on the island of province, they have similar rendang. Although in Java, mostly the rendang is a bit sweet, while from Sumatra, the rendang is spicy. So yeah, today for the lemper, I don't fill it with normal filling, but it's with rendang because who doesn't like rendang, right? So anyways, check out the full video and I'll see you soon again. Bye! For the spice powder, this is 1 teaspoon of coriander ground, 1 teaspoon of paprika powder, half teaspoon of turmeric powder, half teaspoon of cayenne powder, and half teaspoon of galangal powder. Sorry, quarter teaspoon of galangal powder. So again, 1 teaspoon of coriander ground, 1 teaspoon of paprika powder, half teaspoon of turmeric powder, half teaspoon of cayenne, and quarter teaspoon of galangal powder. And not forgetting half teaspoon of cumin. So just mix it. This is 1 large onion with 5 chili bird eye chilies, and 9 garlic. With 2 tablespoons of sunflower oil, we're just gonna make it into a fine paste. And also 6 candle nuts, 5 to 6 candle nuts, no substitute for those. Now we're just gonna brown the meat first. This is about 6 pounds of beef cubes. Into your instant pot, add in 2 Indonesian bay leaves, 5 kaffir lime leaves, 3 bruised lemongrass, and 1 large thumb bruised ginger. You can brown your beef cubes directly using your instant pot, but I like it on a separate pot first, or pan, because it's wider than instant pot. Then pour in 1 can of coconut milk and 1 can of water. So that's about 4 milliliter of coconut milk, thick coconut milk, and 4 milliliter water, and 2 tablespoons of the onion mixture. Just mix it into the instant pot. And then we're gonna add about 1 tablespoon of vegeta powder and mix it again. This is not on, so the instant pot is off. So you just want to put this as the base before we pour in the meat. So now we're just gonna add in our brown meat, and we are discarding the water there. Add your meat into the pot. Add in the spices and the leftover of onion and season them. And a little sweet soy sauce. Not forgetting brown sugar. Seasoning like vegeta powder, MSG if you use, salt, and mushroom granules. So that's like 2 tablespoons of vegeta powder in total, 2 tablespoons of mushroom granules, 2 tablespoons of packed brown sugar, and 2 tablespoons of sweet soy sauce, and 1 more can of coconut milk for 100 milliliter, and some more water, adjusting the height of your instant pot. Once the instant pot beep, which means your curry, If you make it like curry soup, it's done already, but since you want to make it rendang, which is curry stew, you take out the meat and some of the broth into a clean pot, and now we're gonna continue cooking on stove top until the gravy totally gone and caramelize and thicken. Using Instant Pot makes the meat tender quicker. Like if we make rendang from stove top from scratch, it would be 3 to 4 hours, sometimes more than 4 hours, until it reaches that oily caramelize and thicken rendang. But with Instant Pot, you cut short the length of cooking, and it really helps to tenderize the meat, but you have to continue cooking on stove top for another an hour. So it's like 2 hours cut short by using Instant Pot. You can of course do it on stovetop from beginning, from scratch, but I like it using my Instant Pot to tenderize the meat and then continue in stovetop. If you want to make rendang itself, rendang as it should be, you have to lessen the amount of coconut milk and water. I use 2 cans of milk, coconut milk, and 3 cans of water. But if you want to make rendang only, just use 2 cans of coconut milk and half can of water. The reason I use a lot of coconut milk and water for this one, because I want to make shredded rendang, rendang that easily come off and just melt in your mouth. So it's like that. This is good for steam buns filling, baked buns filling, or lemper filling by itself, or top it with rice. Serve it with rice and top it with this. So good. Nasi kuning, yellow fragrant rice, nasi uduk, anything you can think of. This is good. This is 2 cups of glutinous rice, super sweet rice. In Indonesia, we know it as beras ketan. We're gonna rinse it until clear. Then add in 1 teaspoon of vegeta powder. You can use just salt, but this is like a more complete seasoning. It has dried vegetables pulverized as well, and 2 salam leaves, which is Indonesian bay leaves. You can use bay leaf, regular bay leaf you can find in Canada, but the flavor is a bit different. It's stronger. The bay leaf in Canada is stronger, so you might want to use just half of 1 leaf, or maybe just 1 small leaf. But if you can find Indonesian bay leaf, daun salam, they are more fragrant and nicer for Indonesian food. And this is 400 milliliter of coconut milk, thick coconut milk, because it's so thick, there isn't really the liquid in it. So you want to kind of mix it and then add in enough water, or chicken broth if you want, or beef broth if you want, but water is fine. Enough water to dissolve this thick coconut milk, and also enough to cover the rice. As I mixed everything, this is reaching the 3 number mark. So I'm gonna add enough water or broth up to just below 5. 5 is okay. The reason is because this is using rice cooker. Usually Indonesian would make their lemper first by soaking the rice overnight, or at least 4 hours, and then we gonna boil it with the coconut milk and then we steam it. But this is only with rice cooker, the easiest or the laziest way. So you want more water to cover the rice for sure, so that it will cook through. Now we're gonna do the rice cooker does its magic. I'm gonna choose the softer rice. Now that the rice is ready, we just want to mix them, just in case there was some of the vegeta powder that wasn't mixed properly. Now we're gonna mold it. In Indonesia, we mold the lemper with banana leaves, but it's easier if you have sushi maker or a rectangular container, Tupperware and whatnot. And I'm gonna show you how we gonna use these kind of materials instead banana leaves. Scoop some of the rice onto your prepared container. You want to line the container with a cling wrap so that it will be easier for you to lift up. Once the rice is pressed down into your container, I prefer rectangular container instead Tupperware because it's not really rectangular. In my mind, if I want to make it without the banana leaves, it has to be rectangular nicely. There's this sushi maker to make rice like finger sticks. I like to make that. I like to use that too sometimes. Much easier too, but you have to do it one by one. With this rectangular container, this is actually for baking pan. It makes a lot in short time. You just have to slice them. So now our rendang, shredded rendang beef already done. We're just gonna cover the rice with the beef. Once you top the first layer of rice with the beef rendang, the shredded rendang, now you want to cover the top of the beef with more rice. So top it with more rice and then just make it neat again. Now cover the top with another cling wrap. Let it cool completely before you slice it. What I do usually, I cool it completely to room temperature, and then I chill it for an hour or two before I slice it. And then I will show you how Indonesian also grill the lemper. So my mom's favorite is when we grill the lemper. I have some banana leaves, so when I'm gonna grill the lemper, I'm gonna wrap some in banana leaves and show you how to. Once cooled down or chilled, not in the freezer obviously, only just to cool down in the fridge, we can slice it and serve it. But again, I'm gonna wrap some in banana leaves and I'm gonna kind of grill it on stove top. So just slice into bite size like so. If you want a clean cut, of course wrap your knife with cling wrap. I left some part here which I'm gonna slice bigger and wrap it in the banana, wrap it with banana leaves. So take a piece of banana leaf, you wash it clean or wipe it with wet cloth until it's clean and then kind of dry it, and then place a piece of lemper, and then we're just gonna wrap it. In Indonesia, they shape it into like a cylinder like, but this time I'm just gonna roll it on one side, so it's just like a wrap but with open sides. While in Indonesia there's no open side, it's totally like totally wrapped like cylinder. So like this. While in Indonesia, you will want to close this part and then secure it with toothpick or staple, but this time I'm just gonna wrap it like this because I just want to grill it so it gives more flavor. My husband likes the one that kind of grilled. Now we're just gonna turn on our pan and kind of dry fry it. It's not really frying. We don't use any oil or anything. We just want to brown each side. So it's kind of like grill. My husband offered if he should turn on the barbecue, but it's raining outside. Inside is fine. Like this way is fine. In Indonesia, of course, most of the times people use charcoal pit, like for making satay. So it's nicely grilled. I kind of trim the banana leaves, so not as wide as previously. And again, This is Canada way, so it's lemper made in Canada. Can you hear it? Just nicely. Sometimes you can do this. Sometimes you can do like this as well. With a piece of banana leaves, you just wrap it around, or you can use seaweed like nori. I'm gonna show you. So like so. It's easier for the little kids to touch and eat. If with banana leaf, my youngest would say, "Why banana leaves? We cannot eat it." So I normally would wrap it with nori. There we go. Their lemper rendang is ready for their snacking throughout the day while I go to work. And your lemper rendang is ready. The aroma of the grilled banana leaves, so good. Bon appetit, selamat makan.